Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda if you are new here. If you're not new, welcome back. Thank you guys for being here with me. For this video, as you can see by the title, it's going to be all about my lifestyle living in an RV full-time. We live in a 2018 Highland Ridge Light travel trailer. And yeah, we've been living the RV lifestyle for about 4 years now. So I'm going to just answer some questions I asked you guys on my YouTube community page and my Instagram if you had some questions for me and to ask, and you did, so I'm going to go ahead and answer those questions. So thank you guys so much for participating and asking the questions. Hopefully I answer all of them. There is quite a bit. If there's any that are repetitive, I will just answer one of them. So we're going to start with the YouTube community page first. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more so you don't miss out. I talk about my weight loss, I talk about RV living, clothing hauls, grocery hauls, things like that. So tune in and subscribe if you are interested in that. Alright, the first question is, you had mentioned that you would like to have kids. Do you have room, or would you get a bigger RV? So when we first have a baby, if we're ever lucky enough and blessed enough to have a baby, we would stay in this RV. We actually just took out this dinette right here, and I was like, wow, look at all this space. Like, we could definitely do it with a kid. And there's lots of people around us that have kids that live in an RV. So there's lots of resources out there as well on Instagram and YouTube for families that have kids that live in a small space like an RV or a tiny home. So when we first have a baby, we would stay in this RV for a while, and then either we would upgrade eventually once they're really walking and need a lot more space and privacy, as they get a little bit older. Then we would either upgrade to a bigger RV with a bedroom, like a second bedroom, or we would buy a house. So we haven't really decided. We're kind of last minute, go with the flow kind of people, but we do know in the very beginning of having a baby, we would stay in this RV for sure. This is a really good question. How do you balance needing space from one another, but both you and your hubby want to be home? Me and Joey actually talked about this question, and he agrees, as Joey works so much. He works nights as well, so when he's home during the day, he's usually sleeping, and he does kind of sleep quite a bit because of his schedule is just so off. So when he is home, we want to spend time together. Since our time is a little bit limited, we do like to, if he's home, we're together. But if we do want space, it's just like any other house. One stays in the bedroom, watches TV, one stays in the living room. Or if you would want to get away from your spouse, you could just go outside under your awning in the RV, if that's what you have, an RV. But yeah, you just go into separate rooms just like you would in a house. So that's what we would do if we did want space away from each other. But we don't. I would love to know what inspired y'all to live full-time in an RV. Is this the RV you started out 4 years ago, or did you upgrade? Also, I believe in a vlog you showed a storage shed you converted into a gym for your weights. I would love to hear more about that as well. I think that's a brilliant idea. Okay, so what inspired us was really at YouTube. I was just watching YouTube and seeing people live in RVs, and I thought it was really fascinating. And also tiny homes. I really was into tiny homes for a very long time. I still am. And I just went to Joey and I told him about the idea. He was like, you're crazy. But then I kept showing him videos and YouTube channels, and then he kind of just agreed it was a good idea. And he liked that lifestyle, and he thought it would be fun, so we just did it. Our first RV was not this RV. Our first RV, we decided to go cheap just in case we hated it, so we spent a little over $3,000 on our first ever RV. That one was not really meant to be lived in because it was just too old, and it was a Class A, so it had a motor. You could drive it, and I feel like it wasn't sealed up quite a bit. So in Florida with humidity and things like that, that RV went to crap, and it actually got mold. It got really bad, and it was pretty much unlivable. And that was probably the hardest times of our life. It wasn't necessarily the RV lifestyle. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just the model, the RV we picked was just a kind of a poor decision. We should have gotten a travel trailer that didn't have any motor, and we should have got newer. We got a 1981 Class A RV, and it was just kind of a bad decision. But I mean, it taught us what we needed. And then when we shopped for our brand new beautiful RV that we live in now, we got this brand new. It's a 2018, but yeah, we love it. It's beautiful, and it's definitely fits our needs more so than the first one. And then the shed, we do have a shed here at the RV park that they offer when you sign a 2-year lease. And I did convert that into a gym. I had my weights and my bike and things like that, and that's still there, but I just don't use it as much anymore. I just have been working out inside. If I do any HIIT workout though, I do go in the gym and work out in there, because I don't like to jump or do anything in the RV because it's on wheels, so it moves around. So yeah, I go into the gym, and the gym's slightly turning into a laundry room, a storage room, and then there's like a little section for me to work out. But I mean, it does the trick. I just don't show it as much because now there's more stuff in it, which I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. Where do you find a place to live in an RV? So you'll want to just look in your location RV parks and just give them a call, see what their rates are. Rates always change during the months. But yeah, you can just Google RV parks in your location. That's what we did. That's how we found the place that we're at now. And then the place we first ever moved to, we also found just through Googling RV parks that were pet friendly for pit bulls. This one that we are at now doesn't have any breed restrictions, so that's nice. That's kind of tricky if you have pit bulls. It's definitely more hard. Pit bulls, Rottweilers, German Shepherds, Chows was on the list. There was another dog that was on the list, another dog breed. But yeah, those are all like breed restricted in Florida at least. So it is harder to find RV parks, but we found this one and we are so happy we did, because it's literally 1 minute away from Joey's work. So he comes home on his break, and it's really nice to be so close to work for him. Do you prefer living in an RV to a house? Me and Joey did actually live in a house. We've lived in an apartment, we've lived in a villa, like duplex, and then we've lived in a house. It was like a 3-bedroom house, and then we lived in the RV. But for me, at least, I like to live in an RV at this stage of my life right now. I prefer living in an RV than a house. And when we have discussed buying a house, we've always said it's going to be small. We just like it. We just like the minimal feel. We like to clean up quick and easy. We like the cozy feel. And we just, I guess we're like little hippies is what our family says. Tiny is for me. Do you ever feel crowded? Do you have a lot of company or overnight guests? We do not. Now this is something, if you do have lots of overnight guests, you're gonna want like some kind of sleeping arrangement for your guest. But me and Joey do not have anyone over ever. Our family doesn't spend the night here. I mean, we've had like my cousin and her boyfriend come over for dinner and card games, but they never stayed over. But if we did have guests over, they would have like no room, because we'd never set anything up, because yeah, like I said, we just don't have guests over. And we have 2 big, large dogs, and most of our family don't want to be annoyed by them, so they don't stay over. All right, so that's all the questions for YouTube. Now I'm going to go over to my Instagram and answer some of those questions. All right, for the Instagram questions, the first one is, do you stay in one spot or travel around? We are staying in one spot. We've hardly ever traveled, honestly. That wasn't really our plan, was to buy an RV to travel. Our plan, I guess, is to keep this RV or upgrade, and then if we ever do buy a house, we would have an RV to make small trips. But yeah, this was intended to just strictly live in full time, just to live in it, not actually travel. So we do just stay here. Do you plan on living in the RV long term? Like I said, I think I kind of answered this, but we just don't really know yet. We'll just keep seeing how we feel. I would love to upgrade eventually pretty soon, but depending on how many kids we have, it just really just depends. Have you ever tried to live in an RV in a different state? No, we have not. We've only ever lived in Florida. Hi! The dogs just got inside. What made you start living in an RV full time? We don't have any year-round RV parks around here, but I think it's a great economical way to live. How do you dump your tanks? Do they come to you? Also, did you buy your RV outright? Okay, I answered why we started living RV full time already, but as for the tanks, we have a septic here at the RV park. We just hook up to with a hose, and you just pull a knob and it all comes out. So that's really it. At RV parks, they should all RV parks should offer a septic and water and electricity. So that's what we have here, is full septic, water, and electricity. And we did not buy our RV outright. We financed our RV. Yeah. Do you have to do your laundry at a laundromat, or do you have a washer and dryer in your RV? How much, if you do use a laundromat, oh my gosh. If you do use a laundromat, how much do you have to spend monthly? So we have washer and dryers here at the RV park, yes. We don't have one in the RV. Some RVs do, which is incredible. And if we ever upgrade, we're gonna have one with a washer and dryer hookup, because it is a pain in the butt. That is probably the biggest downfall, is the laundry, because it is expensive. Laundromats are quite expensive, and we it's a struggle with laundry a little bit, but I don't know how much it costs. How much does it cost?
We'll probably spend like 35, like 30 bucks a month.
30, 35 a month. That's for blankets, because we have dogs, so they use a ton of blankets. That's towels, clothes, blankets, all that stuff. So 30, 35 a month. How much is an RV like yours? What kind of utility bills do you have? If you have any, how much do they run? I'd like to just feel for the cost. Okay, so how much is an RV like ours? This one was around $23,000. And we do finance, and to finance this, I think it's under $200. Our payments are under $200. You can pay more, or you can pay right what your payment is. I don't even really know what right at our payment is, because we do pay a little bit extra. But yeah, it's under $200, and we did finance it, and it was around $23,000, or a little over $23,000
for 10 years.
For 10 years. I forgot to say that. Hopefully we pay that off well before 10 years, but we'll see. Utility bills, we use our utility a lot, so it is going to differ, because one, I work from home, two, we run hot because the extra weight, probably, so we always have our air running, usually not in winter, obviously, huh?
Because someone's always here, so
yeah, someone's always here, so it's always running. And other things are running. Our lights run off batteries, so that's good, but you know, we have things plugged in, the TV running, computer. And our electricity bill will be as low as what?
70,
and as high as
in the summer.
Yeah, in the summer, and we do live in Florida, I forgot to mention that, so it's burning hot. It would be like $100 sometimes. And then the only other expense we have is propane, and that's like $20 to $25 to fill up our propane tanks, and that will last anywhere from 2 to 3 months. But I do cook every day pretty much, and I cook quite a bit because that's what I do for my YouTube pretty much. So I do use a lot of propane. So again, that might vary. It might last 6 months for you depending on how much you cook. How does it hold up in weather? Is it loud during rainstorms? Yes, but I love that. And I feel like you guys can probably hear it when it rains too. It's pretty loud on the roof. Does it sway when it's windy? Yeah, kind of. At least the awning does. Our awning, we have to pull in our awning. But as for the RV, I mean, not really. Unless it's like really, really bad, like hurricane weather, then yeah. But other than that, no. And then how does the insulation hold up during extreme temperatures? Ours holds up well because it's brand new. So again, every RV is going to be different. That's something, you know, that just depends on what kind of RV and how old you have your RV. And our RV is an all-seasoned package. That means like the underneath of our RV is insulated, and then like it's insulated all the way around very well for all seasons. So it's just like a package, and that was just something, you know, that's a really good bonus to look for and ask for if you're shopping for an RV. How do you guys make space inside your RV? I live in a small apartment and I feel like there's so much clutter. Any organization tips? Yeah, organize, get rid of things, declutter. For clothes, I am the biggest organizer, you guys. Like anyone who knows me in personal life know, like, call up Amanda, she'll come organize my house and get rid of everything. I'm that friend. I love to do it. I feel so like good and free. Sorry if you can hear those texts coming. But yeah, I'm the type of person that like, get rid of it, get rid of it. So if you haven't worn any of your clothes, that's my first tip. Go through your clothes first, start there. If you haven't worn anything in 3 months, toss it. You're not gonna miss it, you're not gonna wear it. That's my big tip. Number 2 is declutter your pots and pans. Do you really need 5 pans of each pan? Same with like all of your dishware. Like if you haven't touched it in a long time, then most likely you don't need it and you're not going to miss it and you're not going to use it. Going through like the little things like your utensils, like your spoons and spatulas. I mean, beforehand, before I lived in RV, I had like 6 spatulas for no reason. Same with your pillows. I mean, I could go on. You just asked such a good question that I could just go on forever. Maybe I'll make a whole separate video about organizing, but yeah, I mean, just declutter. Just declutter, simple decor, minimal decor, because it all makes a really big difference. So I will maybe make an organization video because I do have, I mean, I'm a great organizer, so that's something I could make a video on. But just know, I never used to be like this. I had a whole separate bedroom when we lived in a house, a whole bedroom just for myself, for my makeup and all my products. Like, I completely changed my lifestyle because I used to just buy, load up on all these different things, and you know, I never felt good. And it just, this whole lifestyle has helped with like my OCD and just like my stress. I'm a very, very sensitive person to like their environment and clutter. So I don't know why I ever lived the way I used to. So yeah, it's definitely possible. Where will you put a baby in there when you decide to have one? That made me laugh. I asked because I have a toddler and I have been super interested in possibly buying an RV to live in, just not sure how to do it with a kid. So if we have a baby, we would put a little bassinet by the side of my bed. There would be no room to walk, but you would be able to like walk up to the bassinet, but you couldn't like circle around the bassinet. And then we would put like a little cubicle or sectional or whatever, yeah, like a cubicle with storage. Whether Joey builds one that would fit perfectly in the house. We'd probably have to get rid of some plants, to be honest, because our plants take up a lot of space. But yeah, we definitely have room for a baby, but again, we're minimal people, so our baby's going to be minimal. Our baby's going to have minimal clothing, minimal toys, minimal, you know, things that they need. We have plenty of storage for like baby bowls and cups and like a baby food processor. I have plenty of room for that. I have storage and things like that, but yeah, we would just have to rearrange and, you know, take away some plants probably. But we would do that for a baby, of course. But yeah, we definitely have room for them. They wouldn't sleep in the bed with us though. We would have to just like continue on getting like the bassinet to a crib, have to maybe buy a really small crib or put the crib over here, and take out, you know, certain things, or upgrade. But it's definitely doable. I will leave a list of families that live in RVs that have a channel and an Instagram. You guys will be so impressed by these families and how they make it work with multiple kids, I may add. It's pretty inspiring. So I am going to list their Instagrams, all the ones that I can find down below. I'll do a copy link for their Instagram and check them out because they're pretty amazing people. So yeah. Sorry if the light is changing. The sun is... I don't know what the sun is doing, but it's doing something. Are you able to take a 20-minute hot shower? Does it stay cool in Florida heat? I've never taken a 20-minute hot shower because it just doesn't take me that long to shower. But Joey says he could take a 20-minute shower, especially if he turns off the water while he soaks up. But that's not necessary, like, to do if you want to take a 10-minute shower or a 13-minute shower. We do have a really good hot water heater. It depends on your RV. Again, all RVs are different. Our last one, no, we would not be able to take a 10-minute hot shower. It was pretty hard. But in this one, we definitely can take a 10, 13, 15-minute hot shower. 20 minutes, I don't really know because I've never taken a 20-minute shower in here. It just doesn't take me that long to shower, I guess. Does it stay cool? It does. We have a really good air conditioner and really good insulation, like I mentioned, so it does stay really nice and cool in here. And if it doesn't stay cool and like it starts to get hot, we have to clean it. There's some times where you have to like clean out your air conditioner. Joey knows how to do it. It's pretty easy. But yeah, and like clean out the filter and stuff like that. And then it's all brand new and good to go. Okay. My question is something I've been wondering for a while, actually, just wondering what food storage is like for you. Do you find that you have to clean out more often since you have a smaller kitchen? Yes, for sure. Are your large grocery hauls hard to store? Yes. So yeah, large grocery hauls do get a little overwhelming. We still make it work, and we try to go through that food pretty fast. But we do have a little pantry. We have 2 really big deep drawers for cans and things like that. I have an RV tour and a pantry tour. I will leave a link down below or up in the iCard. So check those out. I tour the RV. I show you guys like all my storage for my kitchen. It's just really the fridge. The fridge is probably the smallest thing that I've noticed drastically in my closet. But the fridge is a little tricky, but it's not horrible. And we just have to kind of, you know, keep in mind that that's the way it is, and sometimes we have to do 2 grocery trips. If you guys have noticed, I do a lot of part 1, part 2 grocery hauls, and it's just simply because I'm trying to eat some of that food throughout the week and get it out of the house before we put more food back in. So that is it for the questions. So again, thank you guys for asking these questions. I hope you guys got to know a little bit more about RV living. I know it is pretty interesting and it's kind of different, but it's super fun and we really, really love it. And I feel like anyone can do it if they just change their lifestyle and their perspective a little bit. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any more questions that I didn't answer, leave them in the comments down below and I will answer them for you guys. So thanks for watching and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.